You ever touch on something that's just like stepping on a landmine? Actually, not very good. It's like hitting a raw nerve. Like I've noticed that when you, let's say, you even make a joke about that's just critical of someone like, say, Karl Marx, Abraham Lincoln, Michael Jackson's guilt, and by that I mean you don't think he's guilty. Like you are not even pulling the trigger on the subject. You're kind of just making a comment that may or may not be a joke or just hints at your opinion, and they take it the wrong way. And then people have this thing where they immediately jump down your throat, and you kind of think you may have hit a little too close to home with them. Yeah, that's kind of the feeling I'm getting whenever I'm looking at this whole Sweet Baby Inc. thing. I've actually been wanting to talk to them for a while, but I couldn't do a video at the time. Um, I know Jack about this company for the record, so if you can't, this is all opinion based. But from what I did find about them, or hear at the very least, they sound like everything I despise about modern game developers, or at the very least people who are involved in them. They're like the Neil Cuckman of them, where it's like, oh no, this has to reflect very progressive values. No, fuck the values. This is fun. That's what I want. And is it a good story, or is it at the very least fun? That is all that matters in a game. But anyway, um, and what's funny is, and I brought and that example I gave at the beginning, I say that because the second people started going after or just questioning and insulting Sweet Baby Inc., holy hell did everyone and their mother come out to jump down gamers' throats. I mean, I haven't seen an overreaction this bad since Martin Scorsese said he didn't consider the Marvel movies cinema, which they're technically not because, well, cinemas are kind of boring. So I'm kind of like, Marvel fans, why would you want your movies to be cinema? Last and check, your movies are supposed to be fun. Cinema is not always fun, it's kind of slow. But okay? And like everyone and their mother came out to jump down the gamers' throats, calling them all these horrible things, racist, sexist, misogynistic. By the way, anyone who comes to this and accuses me of any of these things, oh, you're half right. I hate everyone, but okay. Um, and it's just like, yes, you know, this really reminds me of. It definitely reminds me of the shitstorm that stirred off the GamerGate controversy. Which, funny enough, I'm pretty sure people are saying we're heading that direction anyway. So I guess it's pretty apt comparison. History repeats itself because, as we all know, game journalists and well, yeah, game journalists are a bit like some of those women who really do stupid stuff and never learn their lesson. Like they cannot be bothered to have self awareness. Like it's actually kind of alarming. But okay, if I remember correctly, GamerGate kicked off because a bunch of dipshit journalists heard all these people talking about Zoe Quinn's affair with that one scumbag, Nathan Grayson, who, by the way, is an insult to the Nathans of the world over and the multiverse. But anyway, that douchebag. And then they decided to respond to people talking about it because it wasn't all gamers who were aware of this shitstorm. They were kind of blissfully ignorant. Only some of them were. And basically, the game journalists. Actually, you know what? I remember PSA had the best take on this. Imagine you're in a dining, or you're at a diner, or a room where there's a bunch of really good cuisine and stuff, and you're eating. Well, this one group, they're behind a pillar where they're eating, so they can't see, but they can only see one table. Now, they think that one table who's talking about them is a reflection of everyone else in the building altogether. Eventually, the game journalists get so butthurt, they walk up to that stand in front of the thing, get the microphone ready, and go, everyone in this room is a racist, misogynistic asshole. And everyone in the room gets mad at them, like, what the fuck are you on about? I had no idea about this whole drama if you open your damn mouth. That's Gary, and this is kind of the same thing because I'm pretty sure, while some people were probably mad at Sweet Baby Inc., I'm pretty sure not everyone was. And probably there were some people who were just in the dark about it. Now, but fuck more people know about it, and you know what, Sweet Baby Inc.? You deserve the blowback because based on the way, like, these people remind me of Black Rock and the DEI dipshits who are like, oh no, we have to force change because that's never backfired on someone. Like that's what they remind me of. And like what really pisses me off about these jagoffs is apparently they're the ones who ruined Alan Wake 2, to which I can only say, you fucking bastards. You motherless fucking whores. Actually, no, that's an insult to whores. But yeah. Super Inc., eat shit and die. That's how I feel about them. Like, these are the kind of people, like, they do all this stuff. They say stuff like white people should not have work. And then they call you, me, and everyone else who's normal and a horrible person. I'm like, really, dipshit? That's where you're going with this? bear in mind, these are the same dipshits who probably get their panties in a twist about Stellar Blade having a woman who's actually attractive and doesn't look like she belongs in, I don't know, a fat camp, I guess is where they took umbrage. There's that. There's also the fact that, like, also, actually, you know what's really funny about the kind of people that Sweet Baby Inc. attracts? They're kind of like a lot of modern regressives. There's nothing original about them. They all look the same, literally. Like, I could name most of these pricks out of a lineup if you told me to. Like, I would have to point to them specifically. Because they all look the fucking same. The only thing different about them is their faces, and even that is not saying much because they all have the same uglyish face. They all look like the same fugly dog's breakfast to me. So yeah, that's my take on Sweet Baby Inc. Is it's a bunch of dipshits who are not original. Hell, they stifle creativity. Actually, you know what? No, actually, I have a better way of describing. I would describe Sweet Baby Inc. the same way a friend of mine on Twitter described wokeness. It's Revenge of the Talentless. That's Sweet Baby Inc. They either ruin things or make suggestions that ruin things. And then when you call them out on this bullshit, like the sociopaths they are, or I'm sorry, the pricks who are suffering from antisocial personality disorder, they didn't attack you like you are the bad guy when they're the scumbags. They're the pricks who started the shit, and they don't like being held accountable. So basically, yeah, they are like women. But anyway, actually, no, that's where I'm going to leave it. That's my thoughts in general on the subject. Have a nice day. I know the game was rigged from the start.